and find something you're passionate about besides Ziggy.
Hey everybody, Sue Marie is today's lucky wiener. Yeah, I just started it, Sue. So probably I didn't have it scheduled or anything. It's spur of the moment. I figure I better go live because I haven't been on for a couple days, and I'm starting to get texts because I was gonna go live yesterday and I was totally planning on it, but just didn't. I've kind of been a little bit down the past couple days, but that's to be expected with what I've been dealing with, for the past few weeks, especially. But today was particularly hard. I don't know. I still haven't gone like a day without crying, but today I was getting better, and then just today Oh, but I do have good news though. I don't think I told you guys because it's just been so crazy, and some of you guys might not even know or even really care what I'm talking about. But I talked to Jim's mom, so that was definitely a good conversation, and I'm very happy. To still have that line of communication open with her, and hopefully, it'll be something that I continue. I know if there's anything Jim would want me to do, which usually he never asks anything of me, but like, in life, when he was here, he never really asked much of me, except sex, of course. Sorry, I had to put a little humor in there. But he would definitely want me to make sure his mom was okay. I know, Sheba, I texted you back. Hey, Crystal Stars, Fishing Gal, Shannon, Liplock, Suzanne. It's okay, Sue Marie. We all have bad days. I'm not the only one. I mean, I don't like to come on here, and it's good, to let it out and talk about it and stuff. But that's not what people usually go to YouTube for. They don't want to go to YouTube to get depressed, because a lot of times it makes you think of your own situations. And like I said, I'm not exempt, or none of you guys are exempt. I'm not exempt, so I'm not, special or anything. I try not to feel sorry for myself. And that's something that Caitlin, she keeps saying, which I'm surprised. She's so strong. Like, it's crazy. She just like, I don't know. Hey, Sassy, Mama 2, Plant Diva. Yeah, so, hey, Country Girl. I don't know if I said hi. I just hope I'm not missing. I'm sure I did miss a couple people, but Carrie, Georgette. Haven't seen you for a while, it feels like. Well, maybe you were here a few days ago. Yeah, well, typical man, he was like extra like, oh my gosh. I need a blanket though. It's kind of chilly in here. And that little rascal, speaking of Jim, took all my blankets. Somehow he snuck out of here with them back in September. And I don't have very many left, but he, as far as a typical man, like he was definitely, I don't know. He, as far as if you're talking about the sex thing, I would say he was probably worse than most, I guess. I don't know. Most guys that I've dated have always been like super into sex. Yay. I'm just kidding. It's okay. But sometimes, like, you know how it is, like, when you don't, I don't know. Sometimes I'm just too lazy. Just been quiet. Yeah, probably a good idea. Hey, whistle while you lurk. Sassy. It's right, so hi, Sassy. So, what I was doing, I decided to do, because you guys know I got those divination rod, or maybe I didn't tell you, divination rods, and I got a little pendulum, and I got some apps and stuff that I paid for and other programs. Anyways, I used to be really big into the paranormal, and I know I've already kind of talked about this, but for those who don't know, I used to do like ghost hunting and all that kind of stuff. And actually, Jim, back when we lived in West Virginia for 7 years, he also, besides the apartments, he also was part owner of a nursing home that was closed down. So, well, I mean, he wasn't the owner of the nursing home when it was in, he was basically, it was a nursing home at one time. He wasn't owner of it while it was in operation or anything. But it was cool especially for somebody who's into the paranormal, because like for sure, if there's such thing as ghost and paranormal, a nursing home would definitely be haunted, right? You would think. So I used to go in there and I even got a team that was on oh gosh, what was his name? I tried to tell you guys about it before, but I couldn't remember his name. He's on a show called like something really creepy, like the Demon Files or something like that. It wasn't anything like it wasn't like Ghost Adventures or anything like that. But they came out and did a little investigation, or we started to, until people started showing up and banging up on the windows. Because, I was on we were on Periscope and at the time. But anyways, I kind of put that stuff to the side, and Jim he'd give me a hard time about it and tease me about it. And we'd always say, I'd be like, well, how about this? If you pass away before me, make sure you haunt me so that, I know you're around and I know that there's an afterlife, right? So it is kind of ironic that he passed away on Halloween. There's several things weird and coincidental about his passing, and some of them we can't talk about because they're really, really personal, and it's his, but it's not the only thing. Him passing away on Halloween is very, very, it is so, I can't think of any other day that would have been more like, I don't want to say perfect, because it's not perfect. I mean, timing was horrible. I guess it's never good timing. We all always have regrets, no matter what. You think it's hilarious? Directly above the morgue, definitely ghosts there. I saw one when I first. Are you serious, Carrie? Hey, Barbie and Krug's wifey. Rennie. Oh, Rennie. Hopefully Rennie's right about her dream, because why is it that Jim's all the way now gone? I don't know. He better not be doing that to me and trying to influence me to get into a relationship or something. I would never think he would want me to be in a relationship, but now that he's gone, I feel he would feel differently. I think he is a very, he's a very, he kind of treated me a little bit like no, I don't want to say, he wasn't that chauvinistic, but he definitely, I was about to say he treated me like I was his or something, and that's not the correct wording. He just didn't, he wanted all my time. He didn't want to share my time with anybody, no matter who. Hey, Tanya, BB. So I did a little video. I clipped out a couple minutes of it to show you guys here in a little bit. Because I know some of you guys don't like that stuff. So, and if I was going to do that live, I was thinking about it. I would probably go on my backup channel, because this isn't a paranormal channel, but when do I follow the rules here? I wouldn't even count this a true crime channel or even a true crama channel. I just call it a freaking bullshit channel. Bullshitting channel. I don't know. Possessive, yeah. Kind of, yes. Yeah, I made a little today, for the first time I was really able to go through pictures. I know I grabbed a picture to show you guys the other day, but as far as going through and looking at pictures, I couldn't do that. I still have not went over Electronic Medium's video again, and I'm still wanting to watch that, but it was very, very, I don't think I've ever witnessed something. I was so blown away by that reading, because you know how you have certain words and everybody has their own unique way of talking, and certain words they say like or a lot, like like that. So when I heard Electronic Medium's reading, I broke down and was, oh my gosh, it was happy tears. Because it was like it was like him talking to me. It was crazy. I could tell, like, by the word choices, and on this app I was using, I mean, I clearly heard his voice as soon as I turned it on. Say hi after I say, hey, or Jim, if you're here, could you say hi? And I mean, immediately it was hi, and I heard it was his voice. I freaking freaked out. And I was in here alone too, of course. And I started screaming. I'm like, oh my God. And of course I didn't have it recorded. And so then I tried, because I hadn't started the recording yet. And then, so I was like, oh, I'm going to hit record here. Of course, didn't do it as, that time was like, it was really good, response. Hey, Lulu. So, also yesterday there was I don't know, a bunch of drama here on YouTube and stuff, like, and I'm personally going to avoid it because, and I know people are trying to like bring me in, and I get it, like, because and it's about Tiffany, obviously, and AB. That's part of the reason why I didn't go live yesterday, because people had taken me like so wrong by what I said, but I get it, and I know how like YouTube is, and for some reason things just get like miscommunicated a lot on here, and I'm not the best speaker as it is. But people took it like I was defending Tiffany, and that's not what I was doing, or people were saying white knighting for Tiffany or whatever. I was asked my opinion, and I responded. But I don't think like people. I think they know what I'm saying, but I think many of them know what I'm saying, but they're just like, they wish I wouldn't forgive her at all or give her any time. I know, and I know some people are so upset and stuff, and they feel like out of everybody, they think I should be, but I was very upset at one time. I was upset about it when I first learned about it, and since then I've had so many things happen in my life, mainly Jim passing away, that it's just so much more important in comparison, that it's kind of like, I know it's only been a couple weeks, but it's kind of like made me look at things differently, and I try not to trip about things that are not that big a deal, because seeing Jim pass away like so unexpectedly like that, and he loved life, and he was a little bit more materialistic than me. He loved, those type of things, but he was generous and not overly greedy, not he liked that type of stuff, but he wasn't greedy. I wouldn't say he was greedy at all. He was very, very generous. But yeah, I don't know. When I saw him pass away like that and not be able to take anything of his with them, you know what I mean? All that stuff he worked for all his life. 59 years, which is too young, but obviously can't do anything about that. But 59 years, all that work, all the money, all those vehicles, the motorcycles, all that stuff. Like Caitlin came out here, is like, look, they had his motorcycle at the funeral, and trying to. I'm like, don't show me that. Don't show me. Don't. I was like, please do not show me it. There's a reason. I mean, besides the fact of the family stuff at the time, I really wasn't really excited about going to the funeral, besides doing a little, writing something for him. But I really didn't, besides that, I really was not wanting to go because I didn't want to see him in the casket. Yeah, there's just some things I can't look at anymore. But yeah, that's part. Yesterday I was just kind of like, just down, and I was going to come on and discuss that, because I told like Circle Jerks I was going to come on, but I was like, man, I don't know. I just kept thinking about about him. And thank you, Brandy. Hey, Rayford, Medieval, Karen, Breege. Who said what? It's not. Today's just been kind of like a blah day. You know what I mean? It's not been the worst. Obviously, I've had worse. We all know that. All of us have. Yeah, and I know, Rennie, that's where I did care at the time, okay? But it's very true that I just get over things so quickly, and I cannot help that. But at the same time, I have a very, very, very bad. I get stressed very easily. In fact, I have actually a really bad temper, and probably worse than most. And it's funny because you guys all say I'm patient and stuff, and I am, but I don't even know how to explain it. High strung, stress. I get stressed very, very easily and overreact. But the thing is, on the other hand, though, I get over things so quickly. And like I was saying, that day, I think was the longest stream I ever had because I was so upset and so heated over the situation. You know, we had Bombshell and AB and all of them too coming after me. But I already, like, I don't, I already put that all out there. And then, like, by the next day or two, I was already over it. Usually I'm over it way before, but I was really upset that day. I mean, I was live like all day, I think, if I remember right. And even Tiffany called in and everything. Okay. And I understand she denied it and stuff, but I can't go back to that feel. I don't know. Like my opinion never changed. I still believe, like, I like what I said that day, that I didn't believe the check was real or ever happened. Okay. And I was mad, and I mentioned it then. I went over the reasons why and showed it why I didn't believe and all that. And we all discussed it. And I just don't have any more energy to put towards that. Okay. I also, when people got mad because I said, we're all human and make mistakes. Okay. I understand that's something people don't want to hear especially when it comes to somebody they really don't like. I get it. And then they brought up, I have a little note here, and you'll see this little note when I play my little video that I did for trying to contact Jim. So I had it's a Post-it note, and somebody asked, well, try to, would you think about if it was like 6 up or whatever? And they kept saying, would you forgive? Well, I've already said before that I would forgive 6 up, but I will never, ever be cool with her. Ever. Okay? However, it doesn't matter who was in the situation. It doesn't matter if it was Tiffany, you, and when I say you, I mean any of you guys, or whoever. I still wouldn't think it was cool, even if it was 6 up in Tiffany's position. And because, I mean, with all the same context and everything, it has to be the same circumstances. It wouldn't matter who it was. I mean, of course, Tiffany has been, checked on me and been really there for me while when Jim passed away and stuff like that. And, and it's not just because of her being there for me for that. That's just another that's just something I mentioned as another, just another point of, like how I know she's, not cold hearted and whatever, like I used to think. But what I mean by everybody makes mistakes is kind of like what Rennie was saying. I mean, Jim just passed away, guys. Like, after people started going into, that the Tiffany stuff, I had to leave the stream I was watching because I was like, man, Jim just passed away, and I mean, this stuff is so petty in comparison. You know what I mean? And he just passed away too, so it's like freshly in my mind. So it's hard for me to get upset about things so minor in comparison. And I didn't mean to excuse her. I don't mean to excuse anybody's behavior by saying, "Oh, everybody makes mistakes." You guys, I know it is like baffling. It baffles people my whole life. Okay. It baffles people how I can be so forgiving and decent towards people who have done horrible things to me. I don't know. I can't explain it. I mean, there's people who've done way worse things to me than Tiffany and Marie, and I have been still cool with them, and I'm not saying it's right in those cases because they really, many of those people do not deserve, like, they probably should be more in jail. But anyways, I just try to have grace for other people because I make mistakes too, and I've done some things that's like, I can see people, just like Rennie said, I can see people say, I mean, I don't care what people believe about me, try to say I'm a liar or whatever, but I'm really as honest as they come. Like, seriously, I'm very, too honest, like to the point where I have to like correct myself if I even tell an accidental like little white lie. I when I said I didn't have Athena that one time, I mean, I felt so bad I had to come back on 5 minutes later and be like, okay, that wasn't true. But yeah, I'm just trying to not let it affect me, and it's not like if I was in a different headspace, I it's not just because of Jim. It's just how I feel. I can't change it. And I do understand what people are saying. I get everybody's points because I get it. Like, I agree, and I agree. It just, I mean, I have, think about like anybody or any of your friends or people in your life. I mean, all those people have done probably. Everybody in your life has probably, said something horrible to you. Not everybody, but people say and do things like sometimes just because of pride or because of they're embarrassed or because, and we all have our different setbacks and our different, like, our positive and negatives. Some of us are more like get stressed easier. Some of us get frustrated easier. Some of us have bad tempers. Some of us are patient. Some of us are not. Some of us, we all have our things. And some people's issue, and many, it's not just, it's many I've seen in my life. Pride is a big one, and a lot of times people don't want to. I don't know. Sometimes people say things just to, and not saying it's right because it's not at all, and it's not something I'm not saying it's okay, but I've already I've already expressed that a long time ago. And what I mean with AB, I'm not like mad at him. I'm over that too. Like I'm not mad at him. I was just like more mad at him than I was definitely more mad at him than I would say I was at Tiffany. I wasn't mad at Tiffany at all. I mean, I already knew that the check was fake. You're never going to hear me say, oh, just because I'm cool with somebody that I'm going to backtrack. I'm never going to do that, okay? I'm not one of those that my opinion changes now all of a sudden I'm friends with somebody. And that's a big misconception too. And I'm not even saying, like, it doesn't even, like, many of these people I wouldn't even say friends. Like, many of them are acquaintances. But I'm definitely cool with anybody who's cool to me. I don't see the big deal with that. I'm not going to just, like, just be a really angry, hateful person, like, and just stay mad. I don't know how people do it. Like, I wish I could hold grudges longer. Seriously, it would make my life easier. I wish I could stay mad. I wish I didn't get over things that quickly because I do. It is, a lot of times not a good thing, but it's a good thing on other times, because I've seen. I mean, gosh, probably Jim was one of the only people I've seen that doesn't really hold. I mean, just kind of like me as far as holding grudges and stuff. One time when it was over, I had to let her steal from me and not confront her. There were a few days I missed the fun in her. I might be a doormat in some people's eyes, but I have to live in I have to answer to myself, and I've never regretted any time. I'm trying to think if I've ever regretted. I was about to say I totally agree, but here comes the Adrian that always has to make sure she's telling the exact truth. I think I have actually regretted being kind before. Actually, not usually, but I'm definitely, but also I have been very hateful and mean, and oh my gosh, I hate, like, when I think about it, that's the biggest thing that has been hard on me with Jim passing away is I think about, like, how hateful and and I was, especially the last few months. And I mean, I definitely had my reasons, okay, but it's still, like, it still makes me feel horrible. Hey, Lana. I understand. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, okay, she's already feeling shitty. Okay, enough. Does she really need me to pile it on top? You guys, I promise you that Tiffany is feeling bad enough without me being mad. Or I mean, she's so I did talk to her one time, and people and I heard people think that it was because I was talking to her that somebody said that me and Laura, I guess, were saying the same exact thing, but I didn't see. And actually, Tiffany wasn't even really talking. It was me talking. That's how it's always usually me talking. I mean, she's a talker, but I definitely talk more like when we're on the phone. And she wasn't really saying much. I was just telling her. I just called her just to be like, hey, I heard about that. I got this email. Just wanted you to know. Because as soon as I saw the email from AB, I instantly called her because I felt bad. Because it was AB. It could have been anybody else, and it would have been different. But the fact that it was AB, that's what really made me feel bad. Because that's the one person she's supposed to be able to trust on here, And it's just not cool. I don't care who it is. Like, I don't know. I just feel kind of bad for her. Really bad for her, actually. And she is having a tough time. She doesn't understand. I mean, she has her. She did mention a couple things that she thinks it might be, or she said it's out of nowhere. She had, the Benny thing. Something about Benny, I guess. And I understand that too, because I get why people would be pissed. I do understand if that's true. I haven't listened to AB for really or watched him forever. But if that's true, I understand because the whole chasing justice thing, she got really mad at chasing for being a member of Benny, like real bad. It was bad. So I get it. I mean, it's hypocritical, but none of us are perfect is what I'm saying, okay? I'm not giving her a pass. I do this for anybody. I just can't stay mad. I've already been mad about that. If it was something that happened, if I just magically found about it today, yeah, I would speak out about it, because actually when I spoke out about the check, I think me and her were actually like cool. Yeah, we were cool, but we weren't cool, but we were leaving each other alone. We just kind of ignored each other at that time. She could have hurt him. That's what I'm saying. I don't know his side, but if what I get from it, what made me feel yucky about it is it made me feel like it kind of reminded me of a relationship or two that I've been in, okay? And it felt vindictive, and it felt, and I know people will reuse the word abusive. But that's how, I don't know how else to explain it. I know abusive is kind of a harsh word, but just like, the intentions are not in the right place, is my point. I will always stand for what I believe in, and if intentions are in the right place, and I'm not good, I can't fake the funk and just, I don't know how people do it, but there's a lot of people on here that are able to fake being upset. I mean, this is just like basically being, making their own little show on here and their own little character. I wouldn't say me and Tiffany are friends, okay, because I mean, as a friend, I think friends would. No, I wouldn't say we're friends. I mean, I don't mind if she calls. I'm not so mad at Tiffany that I want to. She hasn't done anything to me that I'm just gonna. I mean, she has done some stuff, and but I just don't feel like being mad the rest of my life about it. It's silly. yeah, I just, I don't think it was Ren, I don't think it was, it wasn't a changing of mind though. It was, he already knew about the check. I mean, she clearly told him in that message months ago. She said it many times in plain English. So that's my issue with it, with him, is he went along with it for months. And some people excuse that and think it's, but the thing is, what pisses me off is like, it wasn't even his lie, okay? And he knew it was, but he was going after me and others for giving Tiffany her time about the check. I mean, just straight up, like, I mean, he was being horrible. And then come to find out he knew. I mean, I'm sorry. I think anybody would know. I don't think anybody believed the whole check thing. But that's just, sorry. And that's not a jab at anybody. I just don't care about the check thing anymore. My opinion, I haven't changed my opinion. It's over with, you know? And she has enough on her plate anyways. Like, trust and believe that. I heard what sounds like white knight from Ziggy and Perplexed, but I haven't heard her say what happened and admit it. Or probably, no, she has been hiding. She didn't answer I don't know. I probably only have called her probably definitely less than 10 times. I almost want to say less than 5, but probably not. Probably more. Less than 10 times, and I would say every single time I can think of, she's answered, even after the Bones incident, knowing that I was going to probably be calling and bitching at her. She always answered her phone. Always. She's never not answered the phone. So that day she answered the phone, and I've noticed with her when she gets upset, she just kind of goes away for a few weeks. Did she keep talking about the check? I guess she kind of did, because people would ask her. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what happens. That's why that whole saying, what a crazy web we weave when first we practice to deceive, or something like that. Because when you tell one lie, it just turns into a bunch of other lies, and you have to keep lying to cover that lie. Okay, I mean, she's not gonna, if people bring it up now or weeks later after, of course she was gonna keep going with it. I mean, if she was already invested in that lie, you know? I mean, yeah, it would have been the right thing to just tell everybody, hey, because I think people understood too that she felt like on the spot, and she just, I don't know, did something stupid and wrote a check, okay? But I think most people just think that she should have just, told people, been honest, but whatever. She didn't, and I haven't always made the right choices, not by a long shot. I make wrong decisions every day. So how can I sit there and kick somebody while they're down over and over again when I've already freaking kicked them, when I found out? I'm just not like that. I'm not one that likes to see people. There is a lot of people that like to see people hurting, especially people they don't like. But even when it comes to people that I don't like. I don't like seeing them upset like that. No, I haven't lied. I haven't lied on Summer. No. I can't think of any. I mean, I can't. Honestly, it's when you say, I can't even. The only lie thing I can even think of. Oh, well, that wasn't even a lie because that was. There's a couple of things I didn't say, but so, and some people think just, not mentioning things is by omission is kind of is a lie still, but I don't know. I don't. If I don't want to discuss something, I just don't bring it up. Now, if I get asked and I'm dishonest, that's a different thing. But if I am, I'm not saying I don't ever lie. Like, I mean, sometimes if I'm put on the spot, I'm sure I can't think of it. I mean, I have, yeah. If I'm put on the spot and something's, I'm sure I have before. I mean, I know I have, but I usually feel bad and be like, oh, okay, that's not exactly true. But most people are just not like that. Most people. Well, I'm not saying like I know I know she's definitely not somebody you want on your bad side. Okay. And that's not, I'm not taking this, because actually, if I wanted to avoid drama, the thing to do in this situation would be go along with it. Because, I see the majority is upset at Tiffany right now. She always has like lots of trolls or I don't want to say trolls, but lots of people don't like her. But I could tell, and she usually, she seems to have a lot of people that like her though too. Yeah, I know. That was my point, Strawberry Girl, when I talked about it the first time. I did like I don't know, 11-hour live or something that day. I was heated and I just don't have the. That's kind of how I am with anything in life. Like when I start projects, I'll get these great ideas and I'll just go hard and I'll do and just be all about it for that short time and then I'm over it. And it's hard for me to get that momentum back up. Same when I get angry about something. I get angry so fast and it really, and sometimes like, I wouldn't say violently. I've never actually been in a fight. Well, one time, if you want to call it a fight, it was broke up immediately, but I don't have a temper as in like physical, really. I have thrown a Coke or two. Like, at the wall or something. It's been some years, but I'm working on it. I don't know who said it was no biggie. See, I think that's how people are taking it, is that since I'm not just like raging mad, that I'm saying it's not a big deal but that's not true at all. It's just I mean, I was already, I felt like there was enough proof all the way from the very second I went live that months ago. You know, I didn't need, I don't, me seeing it in black and white, literally, doesn't make me more mad or shock me or anything, because I just already knew that. Anybody that has, anybody who uses banking apps or, you know, is even somewhat technologically savvy, every single person I knew like that knew it was, I mean, everybody knew it was fake, whether they want to admit it or not. So I just, that was like back in what? I don't know. I have a hard time focusing on putting my energy in more on one thing. That has a lot to do with it too. Like I can only be mad about so much at once. The autumn. Because I think, no. How's that have anything to do, Allie, with any, what's that? Who said it was okay? What do you want me to do? I feel like, I don't understand. What would be the, what should I be doing right now? Should I be like pissed off and like, I don't understand. Why do people want me to be mad so bad? I get that. I've experienced this before. And the last time I experienced people pressuring me to be mad at people, it did not go well at all. My intuition told me, stay out of it, stay out of it, stay out of it. There's an agenda. They want you to be mad for some reason. Or, I mean, I've had this happen here on YouTube before, where happens all the time to people, but one time in particular, there is a small crater that many people that I was close to at the time didn't like at all. Like, they really disliked her, and that, you know, I was the same way about that situation. I was just like, except that situation, I didn't have any problem with them in the past or anything. So I was just like, but they were it was like they were trying to amp me up to get mad, like, and trying to just remind me of all the things that she's done and stuff. And it's just like, and after a while it worked. Like, I started to get, it worked that we ended up getting into a big freaking war on YouTube for nothing. Like, when I had absolutely no reason to be mad at this person. I didn't even understand why we were even arguing or where it even came from. But really, what it was coming from is the people I was surrounded with, none of them liked her. And so I was bunched in, and also eventually I did end up not liking that person, but it didn't start out that way. Oh, everybody's acknowledging it, Strawberry Girl. Everybody, I would say the majority of people are upset about it. but it's not because like I don't think it's a big deal but what do we think should happen for something like that? What do we do? Like, you know what I mean? We see things like that unfortunately, from people on here all the time. Doesn't make it right, but I don't know what would be the people think what they ultimately want is some people hope that certain creators just like leave and don't come back. They say that, but then, once they're gone a long time, they'll be like, dang, wish. Tiffany has some really good wives. Not saying that changes anything either. I mean, wrong is wrong. That's my viewpoint on anything. Wrong is wrong, is right. And Tiffany knows my stance on this, and she might come out and still deny the check. Okay, I don't know. We didn't really talk about it too much. I did say, like, I already knew it was not real. I told her that. She just didn't really comment on it. That I remember. I was just like, I just want to let you know, like, got this email, and I'm sorry that, you have, I just felt bad about AB. Like, I'm sure it's really tough on her. She sounded really sad. Trust that. Who's going to trust? Who said it? Who's going to trust? Oh, really? C12 was on Inside Edition. Yeah, I get that, Allie. But you know how it is, like how people are when you've got like freaking tons of people telling you, being like, you need to do this. You need to be honest and tell everybody the truth. It makes people want to do the opposite sometimes. Not, especially, some people just have a really hard time admitting when they're wrong, or that's some people. I see that with a lot of people. More people than not. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Pearl. I don't think Ziggy is coming for her, or TM personally told her it didn't exist. I think, yeah, I just always known it's not real. So, I mean, my viewpoint just never changed. And that was, I don't know, when was the date of that? Narcissism. Yep, it is. It is called narcissism. You're right. It is. That's the number one. That's and I only know that because as much as I love him, I'm not dragging him. Okay, Jim, if you hear this, he definitely was a narcissist, like textbook narcissist, and that's how I've done so much. For like a year, I didn't understand. Like, I'm always trying to figure things out. And so when I first started dating Jim, I knew something was, there was something different. And he seemed really like sneaky. He never apologized. But that's the big thing. The apology thing. That's like to me, that's the easiest sign to tell a narcissist. If they literally, and I mean, when I say never apologize, I mean, like never. Never. Now, okay, they may apologize, but it will be superficial. It will be to get what they want. Okay? It will not be meaningful. They can love you, but and it's like in a different way. It's basically what you can do for them. It's very. It is kind of a very selfish viewpoint, but that's just, or unfortunately, there really isn't. Jim did get a lot better. I know usually there's not like a cure for narcissism or anything, but I have to say he did get way better over the years. Oh yeah, that's true, Danny. Oh, what's wrong, Karen? Hopefully it's not something I did. Thank you, Flip Flop. But why, Harley? Why are you mad right now, though? What's changed? You know what I mean? Like, what's different now than was a week ago with Tiffany Marie? Literally nothing has happened except that AB puts out a Discord message about the check where Tiffany says it clearly says it's fake to him. That's supposed to be the reason why. I just don't understand what's changed. Like, all right, we already knew the check was fake, so why it doesn't make sense to like, I knew it was already fake. It's what I'm saying. Like, and it's not me acting like I'm not upset about it. I'm not a fake person. If I'm not, I mean, I guess I could fake being really upset with her, but it's a bunch of more drama I don't need. And, yeah. And I definitely am not saying it's not me saying going back. That was something that was said too that was so untrue. I never ever, like, what's it called? Not backtrack, but what's that? I can't think of a phrase right this second. But I never, like, go back on what I say. Okay? My belief is my belief. Like, just because I like somebody, my beliefs do not change. Or if I do not like somebody, it doesn't change. I try to look at things like, I'm emotional enough, so I guess that's the way I just try to keep my emotions out of it. I don't know if it must be something that over time I just, like, learned and adapted to because of how emotional I am. Because if I did hold grudges and if I did stay mad, for long periods of time, I don't know. I probably wouldn't be here because I get so stressed so bad. And if that was something that would stick around for months on end over some YouTube stuff. That's what I mean, Margie. That's not my problem, Eliza. How is that my problem? I don't understand why that is my problem. I have to act mad because because it's upsetting to other people. I don't know. I can't just like change like that. I'm not saying it's not a big deal. Yeah, that's probably what more that yeah, that's probably maybe that's what it is. Maybe some people were just not as invested back then and are now like realizing maybe some people are just now like now that there's like solid proof like maybe people are looking at the Discord message like solid proof now and so maybe that's why they're really upset right now. But like I felt like we already had solid proof because remember there was no that check wasn't on the list and we went over a few people's there was a couple people that sent me receipts and stuff and we checked the list and their check was on there. So I just already there were several things that we brought up back then that I was certain. I knew it. I knew it was not I didn't have a doubt in my mind. So, and I was heated. Like I was so mad I was like shaking. That's how when I get mad, that's how mad I get. Maybe that's per the reason. I think I get more mad than most people when I first get mad about something. But I definitely get over things way faster than probably almost 100% of people. Which makes it very tough in relationships because I think that's why with Jim it was so much why it did last so long just because we just didn't stay mad. We could say something horrible to each other that morning and then later on that day we just like forget about it. It was we just don't. Jared, it's an Inside Edition. Hey Steffers, thanks for coming back. Yeah, I could see why. I can see that people look at it as now as like real proof. But trust me, if something else came out like that, guys, if something else came out like that about Tiffany, I promise you, like something that I didn't already know. I don't just like I don't know. I think she's probably just staying away for a while. I don't know. I talked to her that one time and that's it. And that was a few days ago. See, I don't feel like it's a deflection. I feel like people are deflecting from. You guys feel like, some of you feel like I'm deflecting from Tiffany to AB, but I feel like you guys are deflecting from AB to Tiffany. Some of you. Because both of them were very much in the wrong. Both. And why, I don't understand why people aren't outraged about AB knowing this the whole time and freaking, that's what pisses me off. Like, I'm sorry, that's just what I'm mad about now, because just like you got, I have absolute proof now that AB, he knew. I mean, it's right in those messages. But he still, that says a lot to me about somebody. If you back somebody knowing full well, as hard as he went for her, like as much as he went for her and went after people over that check thing, and he knew, that's what is just unreal to me. You fucking knew? And you're that hateful and evil to people who've done nothing that you know are being honest or in the right? I don't know. And I do understand many of you guys, I know some of you guys are going to come back and say, well, Tiff, I'm not dismissing Tiffany's behavior is during that time, because it is crazy to think about how, like, when you think back about it, like Tiffany did go after me hardcore and stuff. It is crazy to think about, but I'm just, yeah, it's upsetting, but I just, but why did he didn't have to fix her life. But he's not fixing her lie, Eliza. Why are people like treating, that's why I because I was really over the AB thing, but I think more that people, I see people like defend him at kind of, I guess, like where you guys, some of you feel like I'm defending Tiffany. Maybe it's I probably feel the same way you feel about me, but I don't feel like I'm defending. I'm just saying how my feelings on the matter. But he didn't fix her lie. It wasn't him fixing her lie. He was going along with it. Like, he was lying also. He lied. And he's supposed to be for summer, right? We already know Tiffany made a horrible mistake, okay? That's probably one of that stream is probably I don't know why, but I was like livid. I was so mad, guys. I mean, I do know why, because I do know why, just because of, all the history and how, the reward fund and all that stuff. Yeah, it just pissed me off at the time that, and it's still shitty. It's still not okay. It will always be wrong, today, forever, and always. But I just am choosing not to be like enraged about it today, forever, and always. That's true, country girl. All of her summer videos are down? Are you serious? You guys, maybe I don't know. Who's to say that she's probably, I don't know this for sure. I could be completely wrong. And I know people think that we had this long conversation, but really it was basically me talking the whole time. But where was that message that all her lights are gone? Yeah, he should have done that a long time ago. Is my that's what pisses me off about that. We already knew Tiffany lied. Has always denied that check. It's never changed, okay? I've had how many months to be pissed off about it? Okay, but then I find out AB knew for sure it was a fake check and encouraged Bombshell and Six Up and all them and everybody to go after me. Made horrible freaking videos about me. But I'm wondering, and I don't, like I said, I don't know this for sure. What I was about to say earlier, and I swear I don't. I'm just wondering, is it possible? I know that she was really sad and disappointed about AB, okay? Because all she said is that he would have contacted her instead of going about things this way or whatever. But she really was very upset and just didn't talk much. Just really the thing she said most over and over again is just like, I can't believe he's doing this. I can't believe, why is he doing this to me? Why is he doing this to me, Ziggy? Why is he doing this to me? And so that's basically the whole, like, the gist of everything she said in that conversation. But I'm wondering if could she possibly just be, maybe she did that because she knows like she was caught and she feels embarrassed and maybe she does feel bad about it. I mean, I know it's months later, but maybe she's embarrassed and just doesn't. Yeah, I would think she would be embarrassed, but I mean, I would, but I don't feel like I ever get embarrassed really anymore. I used to, but that's probably Joey Bean, but I feel like proof was already put out there though. Like and that's why when I just, if I use we or everyone, it's obviously a misuse of words because I'm also saying, well, maybe some people didn't look at that information months ago as proof, and now seeing that in text, maybe are probably feeling how I felt months ago. But that's what I'm saying. I knew she was lying. That's why I said that, is because just, I don't know. Yeah, nobody has. I know. Actually, most people don't agree with me on this one because people are pissed, right? And rightly so. And they don't want to hear excuses or any type of, which I don't call them excuses. I don't, but people look at it like that. Hey, Rita. Yeah, I think it would be Justin. It would definitely be. I feel like the right thing would be for her to come on and just be honest and just, but I don't think that's going to happen, guys. I think she would have done that months ago if she would do that. I think she's embarrassed, but I wish she would come on here and just, and of course there'd still be people just like giving her a hard time still, even if she apologized. I mean, because like, think of the Bones incident. Like, I was crying, upset, apologizing, saying I made a stupid mistake. I wasn't thinking. It didn't slow down the hate at all. Could have probably made it worse. Oh, really, Jen? Hey, I can't promise that there's not going to be anything that comes out that doesn't piss me off, though. I cannot promise that. I'm sure, but at the same time, you have. I told her, because I said, now I know he's probably going to put out other stuff, but if that's the worst he has, then just. But if you're saying he has worse, then I said, don't. I mean, if there's anything in there, or if he puts out anything about me, like, you have to take into consideration when the timing was too. So yeah, but there could be, who knows? There's probably. I'm sure he has a lot. I'm sure he has a lot. Hey, Down Under. Oh yeah, I remember what she did to Yennefer. He's wishing he was talented like crap. Okay, so you guys said, I guess, well, I think we're at a standstill about this subject. I'm not okay with it, but I'm not going to get in a war about that all over again. We have so much going on, like, any day now we're going to find out more than likely what happened. Possibly find Michael Vaughn's remains. We have that going on. We have the landfill, which is looking more and more like, with Quentin, it's looking more and more like every day that passes is just not good. So we have that, and then Don just got out of jail, and we have the corruption with freaking Hawkins County that I was determined not to quit. I promised myself I was not going to quit and get burnt out like I always do. With everything else, I go hard and then I just get burnt out. I give it my all for like a couple days and then I'm on to something else. But I feel like this is important. I really feel like northeastern Tennessee, or that area around Hawkins County, so in some surrounding counties, I really feel like the people in the public there need somebody to, and not me because I'm like nobody, but hopefully maybe I can use my low voice to, and maybe one of you guys have a, are more important, have a bigger voice, and maybe eventually it will get to the right people, the right person will hear it, maybe somebody will check into it. And because I can almost, allegedly, I can almost guarantee that what we say is going on in Hawkins County, allegedly. Oh God, what was her clickbait live? Did she really, Jane? And that's another thing too. It does piss me off. I don't like that Tiffany is, all cool with Cher, because I really don't understand that. But see, whatever. Many of you guys like people I don't like, so. And I'm closer to many of you guys than I am Tiffany, so. Oh, the Dawn one. Oh, the one that she made people think that she was going to be interviewing Dawn Wells. She does that all the time. Did she postpone it till tomorrow? That's her famous move. Cher's famous move is to clickbait and get people like really hyped for it, make you think it's going to be just like something so awesome, and then cancels at the last minute, and then changes it to the next day to get even more people hyped and bring more attention. She does that this is not. No, she doesn't like postpone it for an hour or two. No, it's always like a day or two later. You knew about Jenny, Penny, and Josh. What do you mean? What do you mean? What's the difference? How? That's so different. What do you mean? Maleficent, that is so different. How is that even similar? I'm trying to, and maybe it is something similar. I'm just kind of thinking about it because I'm not very at all. But how is it similar? Just let me know, and that way I can, because I really don't know. Jenny, Penny, and Josh situation, that's like a whole different thing. Well, I don't know what you mean by kept it quiet. Kept it quiet? Kept it quiet to who? But what do you mean kept it quiet? I don't understand. Oh, I don't know about Danny. I don't know about that. That's not true. There's many people in here who really, really did not like me at one time, and that still don't like me. How's that similar though? I'm seriously wondering how it's similar. Does anybody know what she means? Not, huh? What do you mean not disclosing their? What do you mean the loyalty not disclosing their secret? Oh, just like AB has done for Tiffany. Yeah, but he went after people though too for her. It wasn't just him like staying quiet. That would have been different. Because I would understand he'd be put in a, and I get it. He was put in a position, but he anteed up and he went hard after me and who else was he? I don't know. He was going after me like hardcore during that time. Then you got Bombshell and all. Yeah. That's why it's different. I don't know what secrets I didn't disclose. What secrets did I not disclose, though? That I knew from Jenny's point of view. It wasn't like I knew if I knew Josh what Josh was doing. If Josh was telling me, "Hey, I'm scamming this chick for money, allegedly," or whatever, no, that would not stay quiet. But you're looking at because in this instance, AB would be like, in your example, AB would be like, I don't know, who would, I don't know, I can't even compare the situation. I can't even compare to if he would be Josh or Jenny in the situation. So possible he didn't get that message from her until after all that. No, it was dated. I can look. I mean, it could have been like a day or something after. But it was dated for like months ago. The other calls with, yeah, that's true. Allie. Well, he was definitely in her, Lana, he was definitely in her chats and definitely encouraging it all. That's true. That's true, Jane. Don't. I wasn't the only one that knew on that. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like what Mama T's saying. That's exactly what I mean. Like if he would have just kept quiet about it and tried to avoid the subject because he was trying to be a good, keep his. I mean, because it wouldn't be. His play. I mean, if he just like kept it, if he knew and just that's it, then that would be way different. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't put out stuff about what was I supposed to. The abuse was happening to Jenny Penny. I mean, allegedly, according to Jenny, like that stuff. What I mean, it's different. What would there be to expose? What would I have to put out there? You know what I mean? The alleged victim in it, I'm already talking to, and it's the one that is telling me about it. So really, me exposing it, it wouldn't be my. If the victim is telling me not to expose it, I'm gonna. Who is traumatized and already upset already and dealing with huge amount of depression. No, there's a huge reason why that didn't get out about Josh and Jenny Penny for months with people knowing. Several, and not just me, several So that shows like it's different because several people kept it quiet because they knew what position Jenny Penny was in. If that she was not in a good spot, she was very upset. I wasn't gonna put out her dirty laundry. Like it wasn't my place to expose Josh. Right. Right, Jen. Wait, what? But I think that question I'm being asked, and I don't think she checked her email. She's gonna. Oh, I won't hit you. Did you need me to check my emails? Hold on. I don't think you need me to check my email because I don't see it. I don't see anything from EC12. No, I do see something from Stuffers. It wasn't your example to understand, Eliza, so I don't understand why you're telling me that you're sorry I don't understand the example. It wasn't even your example, so that sounds like incredibly rude. What do you mean you don't I'm sorry you don't understand the example. What? It wasn't even your example to start with. So what are you talking about? How do you know you even understand it? Can you explain? You didn't explain it. Nobody explained to me a valid reason how Jenny Penny and Josh and freaking AB and Tiffany situations are anywhere similar. Totally different situation. It's not a valid point at all. And I'm not an unreasonable person. If it was a valid point, I would recognize it. It's just not. It's a completely different situation, and it has nothing to do with the Tiffany and AB situation. It's not even similar. Okay. Anyways, I probably need to move on because they're gonna get pissed, and this is so dumb. That's why it really is. Like, listen to how heated we're getting about something that is just not important. It's not important for me to. I mean, I've already put it out there, and how I felt months ago. Okay, Jared. Wasn't it Inside Edition? Mm-hmm. Where do I guess let me Google it real quick. Let's look on YouTube. Okay, here we go. Let me change screens. Yeah, I gotta just change the topic because if I see anything like again, so stupid. Ventures with Purpose founder Jared Lesick accused of raping cousin 9 when he was a teen. When he was a teen. Well, okay. Is that 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19? It's kind of a big deal to when you're that. I mean, that makes a huge difference. And it's for them to say, by just saying teen, to me, that like, that's trying to make it look not as bad, even though it's bad because it's rape. But he was just a teen. They don't say 17. Utah does not have a statute of limitations for rape. Okay, so is there a video on this? Let me see. Minimize. It's just a short cap or recap. Oh. Well, I was going to read it and what was that?
Fishing isn't much of a spectator sport.
Looks like they're starting to pull another one out.
But people in Tennessee have found entertainment value in this group's mission.
It's like fishing cars. Fishing for cars. Car fishing.
The group calls themselves Adventures with Purpose. They have quite the following, with close to 900,000 subscribers on YouTube. Their latest adventure has brought them to the banks of the Cumberland River, where they're having a lot of success bringing old vehicles to the surface.
We pulled out a 1950s Volkswagen Beetle.
The Grand Dam, there was a chassis.
A Jeep Wrangler that's getting ready to be pulled out any moment.
We saw that Jeep. It's pretty nasty looking, honestly.
Adventures with Purpose went to Nashville to aid in the search for a local man who has been missing since June. While they haven't found any signs of him, their efforts have acquired an audience online and in person.
I saw it on Facebook. Somebody shared the YouTube video.
25 years or longer it's been underwater.
I was like, dude, let's go watch them pull cars out.
Like these women who live nearby and were fascinated by what was being pulled out of the water.
You never know there's all those cars in there.
Which has many people wondering how and why all of these cars ended up in the river.
Well, the flood maybe.
Insurance fraud or stolen vehicle. That's typically what you see with that.
But the group says even if they can't find their missing person, getting the debris out of the water is best for everyone.
Transmission fluid, all that stuff goes into the water, and this is where our water comes from.
To get these cars out of the river is a huge improvement for the environment.
It may take a while, but they're committed to their purpose.
We're just going to keep going until we don't have time anymore.
For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalban.
I know that's not the right thing. I was just watching it. Oh, it's on my old email. Okay, C12. I could probably. I'm gonna read that article if there's no video. 1 second. I'm gonna see what C12 sent me. Oh, by the way, thank you so much, Marlena, for the PayPal. I just saw that. I'm sorry. I was distracted. I don't know. I don't see anything for. Hold on. How long ago did you send it? Well, I haven't. It doesn't look like I have. Yeah, I don't think I have one from you. The new email though is youtubeziggy@outlook.com. If you just forward it there, because I don't see it. Unless this one's you. Hello, my beloved one in Christ. I greet you with the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. It is true that this letter may come to you as a surprise. Nevertheless, I humbly ask you to give me your attention and hear me out, or hear me well. My name is Mrs. Elian Zana from Switzerland. I am married to Mr. James Zana, who worked with our embassy in Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, for a period of 16 years before he died. We were married for 25 years without a child before he died after a brief illness. Since his death, I decided not to remarry due to my religious belief. When my late husband was alive, he deposited the sum of $6.5 million with a bank in Cote d'Ivoire. Presently, this money is still in the custody of the bank in Cote d'Ivoire. Recently, my doctor told me that I would not last for the next 4 months due to cancer illness. Well, so she's contacting me. I'm lucky. Having known my condition, I decided to donate this money. I want you to use this money for churches, charity organizations, orphanages, widows, and other people that are in need. I took this decision because I don't have any child that will inherit this money. Moreover, my husband and relatives are not close to me since I developed a cancer problem, and it has been their wish to see me dead in order to inherit his wealth. Since we have no child, these people are not worthy of its inheritance. This is why I'm taking this decision. Thanks and remain blessed. Your sister in the Lord, Mrs. Elianzana. Is that your email, C12? Let me see. Yeah, I don't think she said it yet. All right. So you're saying you said minimize and Autumn sent something to my email. I think it's let me see. Does it have an actual video on it? Let me see. We'll just read the article if it's okay. I just like to watch the video and read the article because some people are, but it doesn't look like there's a video from what I'm seeing. Because that link you sent me, it doesn't look like. I don't know if Inside Edition I don't think they videoed any of it or something because they just put out an article. True crime YouTuber. I'm going back to that other article, but I just saw this and want to check it out. True crime YouTuber to plead not guilty to 1992 rape charges. In a video posted to TikTok, a user called True Crime Cam shut up. Is that really crack? Is that really is that cracking cases? Let me look up. The reason why I want to know because I want to send it to him. That's pretty cool. I've never been in a freaking newspaper or a news article like that. Sorry, I had it. TikTok. Let me see. That's True Crime Cam. Oh no, it's a girl. It looks like. Oh, this is next. So it's a different one. It's not cracking cases. I'll show it here in a second. Created a popular scuba diving missing persons team. Okay, wait, let me. In a video posted to TikTok, a user called True Crime Cam told their followers the bombshell news from the YouTube community. Jared Lesick, creator of a popular scuba scuba diving missing persons team is facing serious criminal accusations. The founder of Adventures with Purpose was just charged with 2 counts of child rape. Cam says, using an abbreviation for rape to avoid broad stroke moderation of certain sensitive content on the platform. She holds a tiny microphone as images from the Adventures with Purpose YouTube channel are displayed via green screen behind her. The video has been viewed more than 6.7 million times. Lizik, 47, is charged with raping his cousin when he was 17 and his cousin was 9 or 10. According to the charging documents, which were obtained by Rolling Stone, the alleged crimes occurred on 2 occasions in 1992 in Utah, once at the alleged victim's home and once at their grandparents' house. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to say, well, how they didn't know that? That's right. It did describe. She did describe in that document. It does say. Can't see your guys' comments, so I'm pulling up my app. Beatrice, Danny? Is that really a young person's name? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I hope that nobody takes offense to this if your name's Beatrice. But I would definitely go by my middle name if my name was Beatrice. I have never seen somebody young named Beatrice. I sent you an interesting video about Jared, not the R-word stuff, but about family he was so-called helping. Okay. If Linda had real friends, they would not be celebrating. Uh-oh, what happened? What'd Jim say? Oh, Linda is his girlfriend? I think that's who JP was assuming. Princess Beatrice. Oh, okay. Middle name might be Gertrude. Let's see. Okay, well, I'd rather Beatrice. I'd go by, just call me Bia. Just call me B. Okay, so Lizik 47 is charged with, since the charges were filed earlier this month, the online community has been grappling with the fall from grace of someone previously respected for being one of the good guys, someone making a difference for victims and their families, and a community of scuba diving search teams is preparing to move ahead with their leader. Lizik's lawyer says the allegations are fabricated and he plans to plead not guilty. How can he say it's fabricated? According to former friend and fellow YouTuber who spoke with Rolling Stone, Lizik pointed him towards emails with the alleged victim where he does not deny the allegations. Let's play it. If that's the team member, I might have to reload this if it's not going to be the correct video. Please be the right video. Oh, shit. God, it's going to make me watch this freaking stupid mother ad. Shouldn't have to. So her GoFundMe for $1 million included this other victim in the GoFundMe without her permission. Are you serious? Danielle, I mean. Oh, I'm trying to play a video. Oh, it says, oh my God, guys. There was a video in this article, or one of the articles. I thought that was, oh my God, I was waiting for it to load. Read your guys' comments. Okay, it says Lasik founded Adventures with Purpose in 2019 as an environmental cleanup effort, dredging bodies of water for discarded vehicles and other garbage, but the group soon pivoted. Lasik and growing community of scuba diving YouTubers began using their search skills to find missing persons, usually in cars that had vanished underwater. Most recently, AWP found the remains of Kylie Rodney, a 16-year-old who disappeared from Northern California party in August, but the group claims to have solved nearly 24 cases. Okay, I'm going to change the article, but I want to see here before we go back to the Inside Edition that we were on. I want to see this TikTok. With this, it says true crime cam, which if you'd like to follow me on, I started a true crime TikTok, YouTube Ziggy. Might be YouTube Ziggy 333. But yeah, follow me. So here is True Crime Cam, 1.5 million followers. Wowzers. You can't go live till like, how many followers do you have to have on TikTok? Ventures with Purpose. Is this the one? Oh yeah, this is 7.1 million. This must be it.
The founder of Adventures with Purpose was just charged with 2 counts of child R. This is a timeline of everything we know. At first, Jared Lasik founded AWP as an environmental cleanup project. He made videos pulling cars out of water and other kinds of trash and debris. But one day he found human remains inside a vehicle, and that video blew up. And that's when he knew he could help people find their missing loved ones who had gone missing in their cars. Most recently, AWP found the body and car of 16-year-old Kylie Rodney, which was incredible because law enforcement couldn't find her for weeks. Since 2019, they've actually solved 23 missing person cases, and they've amassed millions of followers. A couple months ago, though, Jared started showing his face less and less in these videos, but no one knew why. Well, now we know. On November 3rd, Jared Lasik was charged with 2 felony counts of child rape. These documents allege that when he was 17 years old in 1992, he raped a cousin in Utah, and this child was just 10 or 11 years old. Jared's first court date is November 30th. If you want to see the emails where he basically admits to all of this, go to part 2. The founder of Adventures with Purpose was just charged. I'm about to show you all email exchanges between Jared Lasik, the founder of AWP, and his cousin, who is the victim. So the cousin sent him this email where she calls him a child molesting monster and says there is no forgiveness. She says her family knew, his family knew, but they didn't turn him in. All these people may be calling you a hero and saying that you're doing such great things, but we know the truth about you and you're obviously not ashamed of your past. Your secrets are not hidden. And Jared Lasik wrote back, allegedly, and basically admitting to everything. I'm so very sorry for the things that we cannot change. Like yourself, I was once a victim by multiple people, both in and out of the family. It is unfortunate when families like ours experience molestation. And Jared basically says this is happening all over the family. Incest. He says his whole family knows about this situation. He says, do we pinpoint it to our family lineage or do we pinpoint it to Mormonism? There is no way for me to understand the hatred and resentment that you must have for me for over 3 decades later. And yes, this rape occurred 3 decades ago, allegedly. And the cousin, the victim, wrote back, if you truly want to apologize, then pay for your actions, walk into a police station with me and confess. And Jared wrote, unfortunately, your desire to have a 46-year-old male live in the mistakes of a 12-year-old simply is not realistic. But Jared was not 12 when this all went down. He was 17. And he's telling her, spread awareness and stop the cycle as we cousins within the family have for our own children and grandchildren. The cycle of molestation and incest, apparently. And again, Jared is admitting that he has already apologized to her for this, so he's basically admitting to this. And the cousin responds and calls him out and says, you were not 12, you were 17. And the cousin was a child, a very young child. And in the end, she says, but I do appreciate you admitting all of it in writing. And Jared responds, you are welcome. I hope it helps in your healing process. And signs, Jared. Again, those emails were in February, and he was charged with 2 felony counts of child rape a few days ago, November 3rd. And if you don't believe that those emails are real, watch this video.
Somebody also said, well, these emails could be fabricated. Somebody could have wrote these. Jared couldn't have, he didn't write these, stuff like that. But Jared has already said that his official statement is the emails back and forth between him and his cousin. Sent him a text. I was like, hey, I heard what's going on, dude. I got your back if you need anything. That was me, my first reaction, because I thought maybe I had a friend getting railroaded. But that's me jumping the gun too fast before I knew what the hell was going on. And that was dumb on my part. But he did write back, very generic message saying, my official statement is what I wrote back and forth to my cousin. That's public on Reddit.
I'm about to show y'all email exchanges between.
Okay. Cindy, I did talk to her a little bit today, but she's been very, she definitely seems to be going through something. Was it her son that is in the hospital? I asked her, but I don't ever know what to say to people when during like tough times. Okay, so I did see C12, I did see your email, and I know somebody else was wanting me to, they sent me an email also. Autumn sent me an email to a link also. Just gonna look at this real quick. Okay, does not have statute of limitations. He faces 2 counts of first-degree rape of a child stemming from 2 separate alleged incidents in 1992. Wait, I just saw something. Did you guys just see that? Casey Anthony. Casey Anthony reveals why she waited 31 days to call 911. Oh, really? What was that? How do I get to that story? What's her excuse? I know I saw it C12. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Lana, I'm sure they have money now. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Allie. That was really nice. Man, you would think it would be a dream to, I don't know. I don't make enough to like live on just YouTube, like how much I make on YouTube, but I mean, I did that for a month or two there, like when my channel was really taking off, but man, that would even be more awesome to be able to just do TikTok. Well, actually, it'd probably be about the same because I would probably end up going live. I don't know how people TikTok, like how they make money. Let's see. Oh, she blames her dad. Really? See, they rolled Debbie, call her death that she did it to herself. TikTok is very difficult to monetize. I guess you can get how many followers do you have to have? I mean, you can go live and you can get gifts. I would think that's the biggest way to make money. I mean, that's how you make money on YouTube. But I guess some of these, I mean, a lot of creators on YouTube, like the real creators who actually upload content and stuff like that and spend time, and a lot of them don't even go live. So they must make enough from ads to live, because I mean, those videos take a long time to create, so I wouldn't. My youngest has almost 9K doing nothing. I know. You don't have to. Makes me feel like I feel too old for TikTok in a way too, but there's like, it's turning into, it used to be very, it still is very young. It almost makes me feel like if you're from Indiana, then you might get the reference, which many of you won't. But it makes me feel like I'm in like, well, here, I'll use a different example. When I'm over on TikTok, it kind of reminds me of being like in Broad Ripple, Indiana, or at Bloomington, Indiana, at the bars or whatever, which is a college town. You know, it's like you feel out of place. Because like you feel like everybody's looking at you because you're like 40 and everybody else around you is like, you know, barely 21. And you feel like everybody's looking at you. It's kind of how I feel on TikTok a little bit, I guess, or used to. It's not so much like that. Facebook, I remember when Facebook was only for college students. I remember my sister Michelle, who's a year younger than me, actually got on Facebook first. And I remember it was when she was like a freshman in college or something. Probably like, when did Facebook become a thing? Because that had to have been like in the year 2000 or something. Maybe 1999. Had to have been 2000. Because I graduated in 1999. She's a year younger, so 2000 or 2001. And I remember my sister giving me shit because I made a Facebook account. She's like, "You can't be on Facebook. You don't go to college." So I think it's one of those things that's going to start like it's starting to bring an older crowd. Escape from the nursing home for the elderly. Oh, Facebook started in 2004. Okay. So whatever year it would have been the first year. Let's see. I went to Indiana University in 1999 and 2000. So it would have been. You sure it wasn't a little bit before 2004? I would think maybe it was it could have been 2004. It could have been when my sister was like she was in college, but not a freshman. That's probably what was going on. Uh-oh. I'm sure that was an accident. I don't even know how Rue's not even okay. It was an accident. She had it's taken forever to get to 2000. Are you doing your hashtags? I think the hashtags. Yeah, I see you, Rue. Yeah, I thought Rue was a mod already. Maybe she was at one time and I just. So it says just before, the first incident allegedly occurred in the alleged victim's bedroom in Euphrain, Utah, around November 1st, 1992, according to a court document. Just before November 1st, 1992, the victim lived in Euphrain, which is located in Sanpete County. Deputy County Attorney Eric Butler wrote in the criminal complaint obtained by Inside Edition Digital. Sanpete County is where the document was filed. Okay, let's see if this is one. I probably already saw this. Never.
Everybody wants to know how I feel
Yeah,
right now.
We've
You know?
watched that together, I think. So I'm going to check these emails. We'll go to yes. Autumn sent another one. Yeah, that's the one I had up. We were watching earlier, I think, Autumn. Yeah, we were watching that one earlier. Or I'll watch that probably later on my own time. The one about AWP and Brooke Hollinsworth or Allensworth. If you think I should watch it. But let's see what was it, C12? Uh-oh, what is this? This looks interesting. What C12 sent.
As his little side hustle, as we've all acknowledged is okay and appropriate with your company, that nothing goes on that one. We really enjoyed having Carson on site with us and on scene. We were working with the Diesel brothers a couple days ago. As such, I approached Carson and said, Carson, here's what I'm willing to pay you. And it didn't take Carson long to say, yeah, I would love to actually be on the road with you and go shoot and edit and be a part of the entire AWP organization. So anyway, I said, that's on you. Just so you know, Carson, I'm leaving whether you come with us or whether you don't. So this is on Carson as to whether he's going to be joining us or not. But also, let me come back to the father and the mentor and the business. I've been in business for 25 years. I've built 4 multi-million-dollar companies. I've dealt with, the Utah startups and the young entrepreneurs, and I love the hustle from you guys. All right, I get it. But I also know, there may be some bullshit contracts in place whether we have a non-solicit or non-compete or NDAs or whatever that bullshit is. All right. It just keeps the honest people honest is what it does. And it tries to, and it's also written and in favor of the company, which then, if you look up litigation law, is going to take you down a different path as to if it's written in to benefit the company, you guys are already toast. But in addition to that, we all know, I know, because I've been through litigation a million times, if you have any of these bullshit contracts and you try to pull anything over on Carson, let me just be very straight with you. One is, you guys don't want to spend the money on litigation because I have more adult money than you do, and I will back Carson. Just being very straight with you. I will back Carson, make sure that no financial burden falls on Carson because I'm offering him a lot of money. Benefits to grow out.
Okay, me and some others in the chat might need some backstory to this video. Who is Carson? Says Jared Lasik video, don't fuck with me. How he poached Adventures with Purpose member Carson McMaster. What's this? It's linked to something. Oh, whoa. Okay. Here, let's watch this real quick and then we'll go back to this video because it looks like this video that Jared is doing is in response to this video. This video. So we'll go back to this one.
Is a formal update on the current situation that I am in. I would like to firstly say that I will not be answering or making any comments on the current situation of Adventures with Purpose, but I would like to speak about what I am going to do and what I am going to do moving forward. Moving forward, I would like everyone to know that I am no longer a part of Adventures with Purpose. I have left the company because of personal reasons for moral obligation. Moving forward, I will pursue my creative passion when it comes to filming, storytelling, and the creative desire to continue documentary work along with some other freelance stuff. This is pretty much all I have to say amongst this subject matter. as far as everything I have learned this past year, it has been a pleasure working with really amazing people, but sometimes things just have to come to an end. For me personally, this is the end of my chapter. I figured going live would be a lot more simpler than editing a video because I felt as though
Okay. So Jared's video is not actually a response to this because this video was after Jared's video. Okay, so you're saying this video of Jared's is talking, but that's Carson, and that's who he's talking about in that video or in this video. Let's see. AWP scandal playlist. When I first started watching AWP, I told my husband that this guy creeped me out, and that he came off so fake. As far as caring for families, from day one, my gut told me there was something seriously wrong with this guy. Always trust your gut instincts. What a creep he turned out to be. It was okay.
As his little side hustle, as we've all acknowledged, as to whether he's going to be joining a non-solicit or non-compete or NDAs or whatever that bullshit is, all right? It just keeps the honest people honest is what it does, and it tries to, and it's also written and in favor of the company, which then, if you look up litigation law, is going to take you down a different path as to if it's written in to benefit the company, you guys are already toast. But in addition to that, we all know, I know, because I've been through litigation a million times, if you have any of these bullshit contracts and you try to pull anything over on Carson, let me just be very straight with you. One is you guys don't want to spend the money on litigation because I have more adult money than you do, and I will back Carson. Just being very straight with you. I will back Carson, make sure that no financial burden falls on Carson because I'm offering him a lot of money. Benefits to grow outside of what he's currently doing, which is editing, that I'm going to be bringing him into a producer role or co-producing. And just so much more. Like, this is Carson's time to shine. He's 20 years old, and it's time for him to grow. So anyway, I just wanted to be very transparent with you guys. Leaving regardless. Would love to take Carson if Carson's on board, and don't give him any grief if he decides to leave. Let's all wish him well, and I'm going to continue to mentor him and help him grow. And someday, if he comes over here, he's going to grow, and he's going to fly from my nest as well. And you know what? That's what we do as a team over here. Anyway, on that note, we need to decide how we're going to be wrapping this up because we will not be continuing. So we need to end any future payments, which, by the way, you guys have also continued to overcharge me from what our original agreement is. So again, additional breach of contract there. So if there's any, so let's just be very straight on this one. Clean cut. You know, we all learned something from it. Any type of a hiccup or a hassle at all, I'm going after finances on you guys, you know, for what I've lost from my sponsors. I'm going after what you guys have overcharged me. I'm going after, data breach. Oh, data breach is a tough one for you guys. In addition to that, you know, then of course I'm in a position with, you know, 1 million plus on Facebook, another 1.3 million on YouTube.
Yeah. I must have not been paying attention much, but I didn't pay. I wasn't super duper into the Kylie case like some of you guys. Some of you guys have way more knowledge about AWP situation than me. But had I heard this video before any of this stuff came out, I would have been like, what the heck? What business, especially the type of business he's in, where many people confuse him for a nonprofit, because I guess he's not a nonprofit, right? But who would ever, this is not normal to go on YouTube, It's not professional. I mean, I know I'm not professional and stuff, but my job is not like, does not call to be professional. In his situation, or in the spot, in his position, he should be setting an example. And I think that this type of thing would really put people off about him. Fishers police are investigating a road rage shooting that occurred near 96th and Hague Road, just off I-69 in an area with several businesses. Wow. Sorry, I was just reading a notification. No arrests have been made as the suspect fled the area after the shooting. It was a road rage incident. Anyway, sorry. I don't think, this just seems off for the type of profession he's in or what he's trying to do. There's another girl that just went missing, and they found her dead in that area. It's very strange and sus. Trinity Bacchus. Did he? Oh yeah, he told everybody he did give them $100,000. I really doubt he's going to get it back. Do you guys think that $100,000 is pocket change to run up church? And I don't think he's going to. Maybe he will press the issue. Same area as Kylie. What the heck? When did that, like, after she went? Wait, let me go back to your comment. I'm trying to listen to Ziggy. Aw, Shiva. Getting your haircut at 1 a.m.? Dang. You said just went missing. So after Kylie, there's somebody went, wow, that's weird. I see everybody talking about that, Lana. I haven't looked into it, but maybe I'll pull up a video about it here in a second so I can check that out too, because I know nothing about that incident at all, like zero. The only thing I know about the incident is that it was like, what, Idaho or something like that, or Iowa. I don't know. Some state like that. And there was 2 blonde girls that look like twins or sisters. Almost. They're probably really best friends. I don't know. But that's it. That's all I know, because I just happen to see. I don't know anything. Well, the way she said it, the way that Jen said it made me think like she was going to get it done, you know? Oh, yeah, I'm sure they're making millions. Can you imagine the amount of money people were sending them? He probably has enough money to freaking retire. He better hope that he doesn't get sued, because that's probably next.
You know, when I made the decision to jump to you guys, I looked for reviews, you know, and currently at the time, you know, there was one that was kind of iffy. But, you know, had she not come back to you, I would have been like, oh, I'm definitely not going to be using them. So let me just be very straight to you as well. You know, I have your client list. I will make sure that I, you know, let them know that I've left and the reasons why I've chosen to leave. But I also make sure that I put the reviews out there on Yelp and Google, as well as out there on YouTube World. So don't F with me, don't F with Carson is how it comes down to the end of the day. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you guys were going to, or that you had, or that you would. I'm just saying, listen, I've been in business longer than you guys have been alive. And I know startups because I've written some of the same contracts and NDAs, non-solicits and non-competes and whatever else. And, you know, Carson is going to be doing freelance with us, and he is not going to be competing with your company by starting one of his own, as well as, check this out, you guys also have a location thing when you go to court over litigations for non-competes. If you guys have documents or anything, but it doesn't cover, you cannot restrict somebody from opening up shop or doing what needs to be done in other locations. So we've all acknowledged that you guys cannot meet my needs for traveling across the entire US and back for locations, which then means that you guys have even less of a leg to stand on if you were to try to tie Carson's hands. So anyway, that's it. Very transparent. I love having conversations about this. I want to make sure I got it all out. So that's why I put this one-sided video together. That way it wasn't just a, you know, half-hour long conversation on Zoom or Skype. You guys can respond to it however you want, via email, via Skype, via WhatsApp, whatever. We need to figure out, are you guys finishing in those last two? When's Carson's last day going to be? Are we not going to finish the last two with you guys can be like, you know what? Yeah, let's also give back your last month's pay and just take Carson now and have him finish the two outside of, or hey, we need Carson to finish up with current clients. Whatever, you guys need to figure that out. But anyway, in the end, let's make it clean, simple, and we just simply part ways, and we don't make this rough on anybody.
I would almost guarantee that this guy was a freaking, well, it sounds like to me, to his cousin and his sister, from what they're saying, it sounds like to me that he was very like one of, I guess, the favorite or something of the family. I don't know. But I would bet anything that guy was the biggest dork in high school. That's probably, like, just the way he acts and stuff, I could totally see it. And then he gets, you know, he graduates high school, and then he thinks he's gonna prove everybody, you know, get back at everybody who was ever an asshole to him or ever bullied him. So now he has to prove himself or something. Probably like 3 months before Kylie case. Jairus was in all the videos talking the most up in front of the cam, the most improved. He was gone. He knew these allegations were coming ahead. Yeah, he should have freaking resigned. That would have been the best thing to do. And selfish thing to do. Thank you so much for gracing our presence, cracking asses. I don't understand, Lana, and I am done trying to figure out people, you know. I do have to go in a second, but I'm writing a note because I do want to do something on that, those college kids. I'm going to watch that while I'm listing some products. I got some you guys are probably not going to be interested in that stuff. I have got some clothing in I'm going to list that for resale. I wanted to show you guys this video though before I go. It's only 3 minutes. What's that reading that I did? I started doing a reading for Jim because I was trying to contact him, and I swear the second I turned it on, like I said earlier, like I swear I heard his voice like immediately, and it was like hi, and I was like, oh my, I made my heart jump because it sounded exactly like him. Like it was insane. Of course, I didn't have it recorded, but I did afterwards. Have some other stuff recorded. There was a pretty cool thing that happened at the end that I put on this video. Okay. Never mind. I might have to. For some reason. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm about to get obsessed with another case looking into these college students. I really need to be focusing on Hawkins County stuff.
I started screaming like a...
Okay, so, yeah. This is just, this video I did was just like, it was actually 15 minutes long, but I just cut it down when I went back over it to when I was looking or listening back. The food truck security footage, is that with the college kids? Food. See, look, there, see that Post-it note on my computer? That's what I have to do these days. Kids don't do drugs. Maybe your memory would be better. Will be better. I don't know what happened. Crocodile says you're shoot. Hey, that didn't go through. Hold on 1 second. Crocodile says. I'm going to give you a different way to send that to me. It won't let people send me videos to Google Voice. The creepy guy watching the girls at the food truck. Oh my God. Your memory's so bad. You didn't do drugs? Yeah, it's actually, I know what it is. Weed is the thing that really makes me like usually only when I'm high, I can notice my memory's like way worse. You didn't. I didn't see the picture. The picture didn't go through. Lana. Okay. Looks like it's starting to go through now, though. Food. You had. Oh, I'll show everybody too, and then. Oh gosh, you're gonna start now. Everybody's gonna be sending me there. Frek. You can tell I've been listening to TikTok. Decided it's not for me. I used to. That's all that chain numbers. It's yeah. I thought I sent it to myself, but anyways, okay. Well, here we'll listen to this video while I'm waiting for. Oh, there it is. And Kraken asks us if you could. I sent you other. Oh, you can't get it? Can't get what? You just text me back with my own phone number. Okay, so let's just oh. I thought for sure that Jim would be like messing with the cat and stuff. Maybe that's still to come. You know, sometimes they say it takes spirits a while to be able to figure out how to manipulate things. Try this again. Okay. No, Sheila, they made shrooms legal? I was about to say, she is in the U.S. Where did they make shrooms legal at? Yeah, so I guess microdosing. Well, I didn't know about shrooms. I thought microdosing like acid, but I don't know. That's definitely, I would say acid is definitely like the most, and shrooms can be too, but acid's like, you know, shrooms like grow from the earth, so it doesn't scare me as bad. But man, I would say it's probably the most powerful drug of any. I mean, as far as how much it disassociates you, or how much it can disassociate you. I guess there is other drugs that do that too, but I mean, it doesn't disassociate you. It makes you, the best way I could describe like acid, it makes you feel like, I don't know why I always say this, but like a story. Like you're telling, I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird. But it can be really, I know a lot of people have probably, I've heard of a lot of crime happening on LSD and stuff. Sorrows. What's sorrows? I don't think ecstasy doesn't it didn't disassociate me like that. Or okay, I don't know how to explain it. When I say disassociate, I mean like sometimes it's you like actually lose. It's hard to keep your mind right or like stay in reality. Sometimes like people on acid can be so out there that they're so far from reality they don't even know what's going on. I don't think that really happens with ecstasy, not for me anyways. Unless it can if you get something. It's laced with all kinds of different stuff, so so if you get, it matters what it's laced with or what was cut with it. Oh, if it's pure, like Molly, and you can prove that it's pure MDMA, then I would agree, Danny. It's amazing experience. You will never forget, but if you do it once, yeah, I was real bad on ecstasy for a couple years to the point where, we were going to raves like Ohio. I remember driving to Ohio all the time. Ohio must have had all the raves for some reason. Oh, they are poisonous. That's why they mess you up. That's your body reacting to its poison. That's why you get high off of it. Same with LSD, or that's your body reacting. The high you feel, or you tripping, is actually like an allergy to it, or like alcohol too. The effects of alcohol is like an allergy or something. It's not even. I'm sure, man, dying. I've had a bad trip. The worst trip I ever had was on shrooms, so it can be bad. But there was some other things mixed, like that, led to that. Like I was really dehydrated from the night before because we were up all night partying at some bar or something, and so I was dehydrated. I felt like crap. I was hungover, and I decided I felt horrible. And I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to take some freaking shrooms. But I did, and it was a mistake. That was horrible. Molly's supposed to be like the pure. It's ecstasy, but pure. Molly is in capsules, and it's supposed to be pure MDMA. Of course, you would have to test it to even know for sure, but ecstasy is a lot of times is cut with like, sometimes it's cocaine, sometimes it's heroin, sometimes it's more MDMA, or it just matters. Gonna burn me because it looked like hot wax was about to fall on me. I hid under my blanket. Oh my gosh, my curtains turned into snakes. My shower curtain. I was like, whoa, that's how I knew I was tripping. When I went to the bathroom and my freaking shower curtain was moving. Took a shower this morning and grabbed the wrong undies, and they're too small and are cutting the circulation off all the way to my toes, and I'm too lazy to change them. Oh man. That's funny. All right, so let's listen to this. I do have to go. I mean, I don't really have to play it, but just those who are interested. I try to say these kind of things for the end, even though I talked about it at the beginning. Because it has nothing really to do with true crime. But it's another one of my passions, or was at one time, and I gave up, like, looking into paranormal and trying to find some type of proof of afterlife. You know, it's fascinating, really. But, you know, it's fear of the unknown. You know, you don't know you hear it's evil, you hear it's good. So yeah, I did get scared kind of away from that stuff. But now that Jim's passed, now I have it's kind of like, I imagine I'll probably be doing this for years. I'm guessing. Because, if I feel it, because occasionally you'll hear something or whatever, and you'll be like, oh my God, that's just like Electronic Medium's video was way too many coincidences, or way too many things for it to be a coincidence. The threads on tails look gigantic when you're streaming too. Like, you could get lost in them if you stare at them. If you can keep if you have a strong mindset and you don't take too much, and if you can just keep reminding yourself it's not real, then shrooms can be a lot of fun, allegedly. Don't try it at home. Don't try it though. They're bad. Just saying. But there's a risk. So, yeah. Just like, that's why they say drugs are bad. Yeah, it could be, they can be fun, but there's a big price to pay. It took me years before I stopped having cravings. I don't crave like anything like that anymore. Okay, so here, I'll start playing this. The end is where I was like freaked out. I thought it was the coolest. And you can't really see it. I used dowsing rods on this. At one point, like at the end, you can't see them so well and what's happening, but the dowsing rods, like, seriously, like, you can feel when something is trying to move them. Like, I do my best to stay so still, and when it starts moving, like, I can feel like something pushing it. It's so weird and creepy. What's ayahuasca? Is that some type of psychedelic, I'm guessing? Made me hallucinate. What made you hallucinate? Well, yeah, it's a hallucinogenic. Are you talking about all that stuff's hallucinogenics? I don't even, what is ecstasy? Ecstasy, I think, included as a, wouldn't it be considered hallucinogenic? It makes it can be kind of trippy. Just depends. Like, our ecstasy is like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, this is not a class on freaking drugs. But gosh, I can't imagine ever doing that stuff ever again, though. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I can't imagine doing ecstasy or acid or shrooms at like 41 years old. I remember though, like doing ecstasy and stuff, like at parties where it'd be a lot of us rolling and stuff. I mean, there would be. I remember a girl partying with a couple. She was a ex-Cowboys cheerleader, and she was like my age now. I mean, she was really, really pretty, obvious, but she was still. I mean, she was 40 years old, and they're sitting there rolling on ecstasy. At the time, I was like, man, they're old. I feel like, I don't know if I don't know. I definitely wouldn't do acid. There's no way. I'm afraid I wouldn't come out of it. Ayahuasca. Oh, DMT. You once saw King Kong in your living room? Did you hide? And my blanket. My blanket was a leopard blanket, and that also turned into snakes too. So my shower curtain was like they were fish. It was fish and like an ocean looking thing, and they were but somehow that turned into the fish were swimming, and then there were snakes in there, and then also the bed turned into a bunch of snakes. Oh my God, we used to listen to that all the time when we were rolling. That's so funny. I'm guessing you're talking about the song Ecstasy. Bone and Thugs has a song called Ecstasy that is one. And so we used to always listen to the song Ecstasy by Bone and Thugs. Like, I remember, like, us. Yeah, I remember. That's crazy. So the song Ecstasy and Sex Packets by Digital Underground. And we listened to a lot of rave music. I still love that music, but I don't hear it anymore because I don't play it. Just haven't thought of it, but I do like the music. With their own kids, yeah, that's what. Well, it'd be even weirder with other people's kids. I guess they're both weird. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. You take a trip with no kids? That's, yeah. Yeah. I'm hearing what's Busy Bone in my head right now. And his girl sounding like Cat Williams. Busy Bone and Cat Williams like are two peas in a pod. Like sometimes I wonder if Busy Bone's trying to be Cat Williams. I don't know though. Busy Bone comes off more kind of gay. Cat Williams just comes off as funny. But Busy Bone, I still think I'm still in love with him. But when he gets drunk and messed up, he turns very flamboyant and it's not attractive. What was happening? Yeah, especially acid and stuff like that. Hard drugs. Who's Discord? Nicely done. I don't have Discord. All right, let me play this. I'm not going to ever get out of here if I don't. Oh, wait, hold on. No, I'll pull it up on YouTube. I uploaded it to YouTube so that I can mute. I can't mute if I play it through that movie player thing. Oh, it's right here. Oh, shoot. Oopsies. So it's only 3 minutes. I'm like, of course I didn't have that recorded, you know. But for those who don't know, my boyfriend of 9 years passed away on Halloween, and I don't believe it's a coincidence. He always gave me a hard time about, you know, I used to be really into the paranormal, and now I'm picking back up because he passed away unexpectedly, and we were going through a tough time. Actually, we were technically not even together at the time, and it was probably the most horrible few months we had. Was the last of his life. So it's been very hard, with no closure. I miss him so much. And yeah. So first I'm gonna hold this straight like this. Hopefully you guys can see. So I wrote "miss you" on the screen because after I say I miss him so much, I hear "miss you." I thought I heard it at the time, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't say anything. But when I listened back, I was like, that says "miss you." Now, it didn't sound like him, but I don't think that it does feel so surreal. It can be comforting if I just don't want to attract anything freaking negative. Oh, you didn't know, Autumn? Yeah, Jim passed away on Halloween. It was horrible. It's been horrible, and you probably, I don't know. I think you knew that me and Jim, I was dating somebody else there for a while, and we were not being very nice to each other. We're going through, I filed a protective order. I was going to go to court because, he was doing some crazy things and stuff. And so I just hate how everything was towards the end. When I play what on the live? Wait, what do you mean, Jane? Do you want me to do some questions live? Is that what you're talking about? Or wait, play what live? Play it on the live. Oh, like when I have it in the corner so we can see if... Yeah, but I'm afraid to pay attention to it because I know people aren't here for that type of stuff. Thank you, Jesse. That's what I say, Lana. So listen here. Now that you know what happened right here, or why I showed this part. Well, first I wanted to put the backstory in at the beginning of the video because I'm putting on TikTok. I'm also started a channel for Jim on TikTok. Well, and it's a channel dedicated more towards this stuff, like paranormal stuff. I might post like TikTok shorts and stuff. It's called Contacting Jim. If you want to follow me there, but it's probably something I will stick with because it's, you know, how impactful it's been to my life. Few months we had was the last of his life, so it's been very hard. With no closure, I miss him so much, and yeah. So first, I'm gonna hold this straight like this. Hopefully, you guys can see. But I just need these to put. Yeah, it looks live, so it's been very hard. Oh, I rewound with it. No closure. I miss him so much. That's right. So I forgot. I'll go ahead and play it all the way through because I forgot. I rewind it for each thing. I have 3 different things, like little parts that I put on here, and I rewind it once or twice each time so you can rehear it. So that's why it's replaying back this part. And yeah. So first I'm gonna hold. All right. First, let's ask. Jim, are you here? Open for yes, cross for no. Jim, are you here? Open for yes, cross for no. So that the reason why I jumped right there, and the reason I don't say it in the video, but I wasn't sure, I jumped because I heard his voice there. That deep voice. Jim has a very, very, very distinct voice. It's very, very deep. So, oh yeah, I think you're correct. So why I jump at that moment is because after a question, I couldn't tell what it's being said. Actually, right when I say the question, I thought I heard him, but wasn't sure. But right there, it made me jump because I'm like, oh my God, that was his voice again. Jim. Jim, are you here? Open for yes, cross for no. Jim, do you love me? What the? Yeah. Did you just say yes? Oh my God. Jim, do you love me? What the? Yeah. Did you just say yes? Oh my God. Did you just say yes? Oh my God. So, yeah. Okay, so the rods, they started going crazy. If you saw the one here, I'll just mute it, and that's the first thing. The rods. Oh the rods started going crazy. Like the one went. So open is supposed to be yes and cross for no. But the one first just swung open, and then the other one then swung open, and like really, and at the same time it got louder. Like as soon as I asked that question, it was like all of a sudden, here, listen. Let's see. Oh, wait, here. Jim, do you love me? What the? Yeah. Did you just say yes? Oh my God. Jim, do you love me? What the? Yeah. Did you just say yes? Oh my God. Did you just say yes? Oh my God. So did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear at the end it goes, the whisper yes? I heard yes like a couple times, but the one I was being a loudmouth and you couldn't really hear. But I thought I heard his voice, and that's why I said, did you just say yes? And then I hear that whisper, yes. Or that sounds like his voice whispering, which he doesn't whisper, but I don't know. Hope a lot? That was just earlier, like an hour or so before I went live. I just was playing around because I was making a TikTok video. I decided to do also have a TikTok that is kind of dedicated to Jim and trying to contact him and find proof of the paranormal, because that was what I told him to do. It's something we talked about before a few times about, because he just thought it was so silly. Which one? The one that's okay, that's the portal. The one, and I had are you talking about the word app, or are you talking about the computer sound? The sound or the words? The sound is the portal app by Huff Paranormal. And what's good about it is supposedly that there's not supposed to be any like false positives with that app. Like there's no words in it whatsoever. So it's not radio stations or anything. So there's no, words that accidentally come. It's just like different noises, like, and supposedly spirits are supposed to be able to manipulate those noises to kind of respond. Anyways, I guess this portal app is supposed to be one of the best because, like, it's hard to get a false positive, supposedly. If you hear it says on, I don't know, it says if you get a response, it's 100% a paranormal, because there's absolutely no words or radio that is cycled through it. Maybe you have to like record it like that, Danny, because I never like record and re-listen, because I always think, if they respond, I'm gonna hear it the first time. But listening to it back did really I did hear a couple more things. Usually I do hear it right if it's a response, because I don't like having to dig for or trying to really listen. I want something that's like very noticeably a response. I don't, because because I'll just excuse it away in my head if it's just like, because your brain can hear what it wants to hear. It's very, if you think of a certain word, you can make any sound like what you want to hear, basically. If you really try and you're really trying hard, I don't want to have to do that. I want to, it to shock me, and I'd be like, okay, I know that's weird. The word app is, and I like this one because it's the best one of any that I've found. It's called Ghost Hunting. It's actually just called, it's weird. I don't know why it's called this. It's just called Ghost Hunting Tools. And the picture of the app is like a hand. So Ghost Hunting Tools. And that does use a word bank that supposedly spirits can manipulate and choose what word they want, supposedly. But it does do not every word's a response that comes up. And you kind of have to decipher through, I guess. I don't know, but you can also add words to the word bank. So like, I put my name in the word bank and stuff like that. But if my name comes up, I'm not going to automatically be like, oh, that's Jim. It has to make sense for what I'm asking or whatever. Looks like Crackadown says, did you try to send me a video through email too? Oh, it didn't come through email too either, poor thing. She's trying so hard to send me this video. That's so funny. I'm so sorry, Crackenasses. That's exactly. So those are, that seems to be a popular or a favorite between from paranormal investigators I've seen, like the real deal ones. Like many of them now they're starting to use apps, but when I was doing ghost hunting and stuff like that, paranormal research or whatever, nobody used apps. That was actually legitimate. At that time they weren't they've gotten better, and there are some apps. That Ghost Hunting Tools is one that many use for sure. That's definitely the word app that's used the most. There's flashlight apps, which I've never had. If that came on, if I had my flashlight app on and a flashlight thing came on, that would freak me out. But I've never. That would be awesome. That's going to be. If I can see that light up in response to my questions, that's going to be crazy. But I've never had that happen yet. But I haven't tried that much. I might try again in a second, actually. Here, maybe. I guess we can, hold on. Oh, and to download the portal to your computer, I found a way to, well, many of you guys probably already know this because I might just be behind the times, but it's called emulator or something, and you can download any app from like the Play Store, the Android Play Store or the iPhone Play Store, I think iPhone, but I do know Android. So that's how I was able to get the portal on my computer, is I learned you can download something called an emulator, and then you use that to then download whatever app you want from the App Store. So that's a little tidbit of information that I bet one or two of you guys in here didn't know and might really like to know. So I've heard of it before, but I didn't know it was as easy as just downloading this program and then that's it. It's really easy. Because I would have done it beforehand, because there's several times I've wanted an app on my computer and I can't get it because it's not Android. So this is the app, or this is the app I was using, and it's the portal. Where'd you go? There you are. It sounds creepy though. I hate it. So let's. Jim, if you're here, can you? Jim, if you're here, can you tell everybody hi? What are you doing up there? I just heard I love you. Oh my God. Hold on. I wasn't even expecting that. Hold on. Which I guess you shouldn't expect it, right? I just heard a whisper, I love you, but I don't know if that was like I wasn't thinking about it, so, but that was just weird. Okay. But it wasn't, I need something like really obvious, though. Where's the flashlight app, where it's called Necrophonic is an app too that, but it looks like a little devil star though. That's why I deleted it. But I put it back on my phone when one of you guys told me it's not a devil star, but and SCD3. Oh, the spirit light. That's the one that just all it is a light that can be activated by either EMF or by touch, or both. And you can turn up the sensitivity, or turn, if you think it's going off too easily, then you turn it down. I've never had it go off ever, but I've only used it a couple times before. You have walking farts. Why? I wasn't that scared. I mean, this app does sound scary. I hate how it's, I don't know. It's not as scary sounding as some of them though. Some of them was so like, let's see here. Well, I guess I'm gonna go, guys. So, I don't know if his favorite color. Okay, I think I know his favorite color. I've actually thought of that a few times. I'm like, because when I've made a couple things, and I was like, what would it be his favorite color? And I'm pretty sure I remember, I know it, but he's a guy, and guys don't really care about that stuff. He kind of, I think I know. We can ask. I think I know. We'll see if he says the color I think, or if we hear it. We'll see. So James Ellis, are you here?
That's you.
Athena's freaking out right now. Hey Jim, what is your favorite color?
Yeah, listen. Half the blood's now. Yeah, listen.
Jim, what is your favorite? What is your favorite color?
Yeah, listen. Yes, yes. Here's some it.
I don't know. I heard at the very beginning, I thought I heard brown, but no, that can't be right. I think it's blue. Oh, really? Marlene does spirit box thing? Does he know my favorite color? I mean, probably not. I don't really have a favorite color, so I don't know if he would really know that because I don't even really have one. I usually say purple, but I don't know. I really don't have one, so it wouldn't be something that usually would come up. So anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I've been on here for over 3 hours, which is the longest I've been on here for, probably since Jam passed. So I guess that's probably a good sign. Getting back into, I just need to stick with being on here every day. I almost didn't even come on here today. I was like, man, I might just decide to take the month off or something. So you're saying it is Rev or T Rev 757. That sounds kind of familiar, actually. I don't know. I have never seen this guy before. So he does spirit box on here too? What didn't somebody? Okay, so I know you guys can't see it, but that whole apparition thing, wasn't that explained or debunked? Yeah, I'm going to now, Christy, because I'm gonna be putting them to TikTok, and I want. I mean, I want to. I want proof to show people. So I want to give other people hope too. Because it can be really comforting. Well, I don't know though if you could ever truly know in your mind though, where you wouldn't doubt it ever that there is such thing as all this stuff. But I mean, he could probably talk back to me in full conversation, and I'd probably still be like, I don't know. Could that be, I could just see myself doing that. Oh, I wasn't caring about this strike. I was just about to go. Yeah, I was just looking to see if I was just trying to see if I knew who he was, but I will. How long can shorts be? What was that? That does look, but I thought that was debunked. What was that apparition thing? Oh, really, Christy? Do you do videos? Your mom is so sweet too. I think it's your mom, right? She at least said that she's your mom. I'm guessing it's you. And so yeah, tell your mom, thank her so much for her support. Or I'll tell her right now. Thank you, Pam, for your support. Yeah. All right, guys. I will be on here tomorrow, so I hope that you guys all have a good night, and I will see you later. Feel free to follow me on TikTok at YouTube Ziggy, or if you want to see my videos I do trying to contact Jim, go to Contacting Jim on TikTok. And yeah, thank you guys. Talk to you later. Hit that like on the way out, y'all.